Welcome to Wise Monkey. Today I'll show about the oil pressure switch or oil pressure sensor of a Honda Odyssey. This is 2008 and 2010, 8, 9, 10 vehicles. Well, 2005 and newer has similar setup, but some has oil pressure located in different areas. Anyway, what was happening was that this light, the oil light, was always on, and here in the information center it was showing that oil pressure, check oil level. I flushed the engine, did everything. Yeah, I flushed the engine oil, put new oil, thicker oil, thinner oil. Still this light wouldn't go away after I started the car. Right now it's not running anyway after I started. So it indicates either oil pump is gone, which is a massive work, or the oil pressure sensors or oil pressure switch. I'll show you the locations. This is the 3.5 liter from 2005 and later. It's the same. Even 99 and newer is the same. So this engine particularly has 3 oil pressure switch, 2 located at the top of the head. This is the front of the vehicle. Right here, this is one switch, very top. It opens with, I think, 24 millimeter or so, or a 22 millimeter socket. So just disconnect this and open it. This is about $25, so not that bad. I changed this one. Light didn't go away, it was still there. Besides, when I opened this, there was no oil coming out. I started it, and there's no oil coming out from here. There should be some oil coming out through the hole to show that the oil is reaching at the top and the pump is not bad. So anyway, I replaced this one, didn't change anything. Then another one is at the back. Here's the battery, and right here, this one. This is the one. So disconnect it and then unscrew it. It's out. So this one had some oil coming out, but not much, barely any, 1 drop like that. So I put a new one, didn't change. Now this is the third one. So this is the front passenger side wheel. Take it off, and right here there's the oil filter and the oil pump. I actually put a new oil pump as well. Right there, the oil pump, and the oil switch is right there. I'll show you in a second. So this is the other switch, this one. So right behind, the oil filter is there, up there. It is on the oil pump. This is the new oil pump I installed. By the way, after replacing the oil pump with a new one, brand new one, the oil light was still there. If you are measuring the oil pressure, you have to measure right here in this switch, not at the top of the head, because at the top of the head it doesn't reach not much pressure there. This is the one that should be about 30 psi, 15 minimum, 15 to 30, 35 at idle. After I installed the brand new oil pump, I measured the oil pressure right here with the oil pressure gauge. I'll give some links for oil pressure, switch, gauge, all this, oil pump for Honda Odyssey. So this, I measured the pressure here. It was about 70 psi or so right away. So it doesn't hurt. Now the light was still on after all this hard work. This is a lot of work to change this oil pump. Like timing belt has to come off, front exhaust Y pipe has to come off, oil pan has to come down, all this. yet the oil light was on. But there was a difference. After I installed that new oil pump, the engine was not heating up. Before engine, the gauge was showing is fine, but the top of the engine, I could hear that little bit noise, and it was hitting fast. So I stopped driving right away and changed the oil pump. It doesn't heat up anymore, but the oil light was still on. Until now, I just replaced this one. This oil pressure sensor or oil pressure switch, about $25. This one, and started the car. I couldn't believe after all these difficulties, yes, it's all done. There's no oil light. I'll show you in a second. So this is the broken switch. Looks fine. I cleaned it after I changed the pump. Remember, this is 3-pin. There are 3 pins inside. This is the bottom one. This is called oil pressure switch on the oil pump, and the top 2 has only I think 1 or 2 pins here. 1 pin, I think, and those are called on the head, top of the engine on the head switch. This one is completely different. So now I'm gonna start the car. Before, the oil light was on, as well as the check engine light was on, and boom, amazing success, amazing. It feels very good. So as I said, the oil pressure gauge, if you buy the gauge, it's about $40, $50, yeah. And measured the oil pressure at the bottom there, in that oil pressure sensor. Should be above 10, minimum 10 psi. 15, 30 is better, and especially at a higher idle, like 2000 rpm or so, it should be a little higher. And that's it. Measure that there at the top of the head. You can measure there too, but it will not give much probably there. Alright, so thanks for watching. Hope this helps. And before you change the oil pump, that's the tips. Before you change the oil pump, just change all 3 sensors, and also check if the connectors to the sensors are not wired to those connectors are not broken. Just check the continuity from there to the little bit, 1 foot behind the wire. Just make a tiny splice it a little bit and measure that from the connector to the wire, because it does have some kink there. It can get broken there too. Hopefully you understand what I'm saying, and hopefully you like it. It helps you. Okay, please share and subscribe. Thank you.